What is up, everybody? Welcome, and here we have the rawest truth, the raw truth. Pick a card. I'm Claire B. Here we are in Spread Space. So I was sitting here and I found these 3 charms, and I had 3 different decks of cards, and there were 3 crystals on each deck. So you have 3 things to choose from. You can either choose from a charm. We have the first charm as the Eagle's Head with these tarot, Light Seers Tarot, and the Black Obsidian Crystal. For pile number 2, we have the Compass, North, South, East, and West, and it has a little saying on the back. It says, always follow the direction of your heart. And this crystal is Tiger's Eye, and it's with the Uncommon Tarot, I think. And then for the third pile number 3, we have the blue flower with the diamond blue flower with red jasper, and the Badass Tarot. The spread we're going to use, if you'd like to go right to your reading, you can go right to your reading. But the spread we're going to use is, all messages are from the source. So we're going to find out heaven's guidance or the spirit's guidance.
The bigger picture.
From the heavenly realm. We'll figure out the heart of the matter. We'll figure out earth guidance, what we should do, grounded action that's required. We'll take a look at the obstacle, what's standing in your way, the outcome, the manifested, what you do to get what you get. And for this one, I always say we all have free will, and the outcome is just by the actions that you take is this outcome. If you change the actions, then of course your outcome is going to change what you're doing. The outcome. So the outcome is not always set in stone. And then the 6th card will do the action, the baby step that you need to take right now to make this happen, or to get whatever you want, or to do whatever you want. And that's it. And I forgot to say, in each pile has a oracle card at the bottom.
Timestamps are below. Pick your pile. Pick your charm.
That's the intro. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so you can get other readings, other pick a card readings, and then we'll go right to pile number 1. So pile number 1. Pile number 1, pick the Eagle's Head. Now the Eagle's Head, if you pick the Eagle's Head or Obsidian, I'll tell you about both. The Eagle's Head is very spiritual and courageous, and the meaning of this is the eagle flies up above and sees the bigger perspective, sees the higher view. They also rise above any other lower vibrational things. They have courage, independence, growth. The eagle they can live 70, 80 years. So when they get to like 40, their beaks are all shriveled, their feathers are all shriveled, and they have no claws. So what they do, if they choose, they can either go hungry and not have no beaks, no feathers, no nothing, and go hungry, or they can go up. I think it's for like 150 days or something. They take this time to go up on the mountain, and they literally crush their beak out on a rock, and then a new beak forms. And then with that new beak, they take out their claws, and then new claws grow. And with his new beak and new claws, they pick out all the feathers, and new feathers grow so they can live the rest of their life, nice and strong. So if you pick this is what this has to do with. This is the raw truth, y'all. If you pick the Black Obsidian Stone, this also, like the Eagle's Head, oh no, I keep yawning. It reminds me of that Scorpio reading. I kept on yawning the whole reading through, so maybe Scorpio has something to do with this. So Black Obsidian. Black Obsidian is known to like the eagle, repel negativity, to expel this negative energy, to dispose of it. It eliminates all of the negative energy and brings positivity for personal growth. It also helps heal any kind of past traumas, physical, sexual, any kind of trauma. It also helps bring these emotions to the surface so that way all the negative about them can be expelled and all the positive remain. Black Obsidian was used back in the day to make cutting tools and weapons. It's very good for psychic protection, to keep the evil eye, naysayers, people talking shit or what, like have ill intentions towards you. And that's the same thing for the eagle head, like rise above that shit. Oh, and that's another thing with the eagle's head. When I looked up eagle's head, it came up as this dream that somebody had where there was an eagle's head and a serpent's body, and it was saying that this eagle head, almost like the regenerate, the rebirth, it's almost like taking, like, yeah, maybe you have a serpent body and you did bad things, and this is like taking the or maybe some mistakes, and this is, or failed, and this is like taking those failures, taking those weaknesses, taking those mistakes and learning from them and using it to grow and to help others. And this is like this. Black Obsidian also helps with meditation, clearing the psyche, clearing the brain, clearing the mind for mental clarity. It also helps with the gift of prophecy and precognition, like to see the future, to know the future. It also helps alleviate negative mental patterns. Like if we do the same thing, where we think the same thing, we have these patterns, this helps stop that. Like fear, jealousy, greed, anger. And it helps personal growth. It helps release these blockages, and it brings traumas to the surface so we can deal with them. Okay. The eagle also has keen eyesight as a symbol for safety, grounding, freedom, and health. All right, now let's get to the reading. So the oracle card we picked for you is the Sea of Mintaka. Seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to light. So that has a lot to do with breaking these, like you see, oh, I already shuffled that card. I'll shuffle one from here. You see the sea is so clear. This is just mental clarity. Maybe we're confused and we have all these traumas and mental things. All right, 6 cards. The first one is Heaven's Guidance. Then Earth's Guidance. Heart of the Matter. Obstacle, outcome, baby step. Obstacle, outcome.
Heaven's Guidance.
So the bigger picture. Y'all received the 5 of Cups in reverse. Now this 5 of Cups in reverse, this is just exactly that. I see these traumas, these past pains. You know, the 5 of Cups is this hurt, this pain, sadness, depression, loss. Now, when it's in reverse, it's almost like, okay, these feelings that say we lost one thing, we lost another thing, we lost another thing. It's as if we buried these things, we unburied these 2 things, and we worked on these things, but we're working on uncovering this last one. And it's as if we unbury this and deal with this trauma, deal with these emotional things, and we get this cup behind her that's filled with all these goodies. It's like, okay, well, we emptied out all our cups and we bury all this trauma, digging all this up so that way we can go through it, brings us this happiness. because we have both of these fives as the heaven and the heart of the matter, the bigger picture and the heart of the matter. Which, and this is like, it's almost as if we feel like left out or abandoned or locked out, kicked out. But if you see, there is the key here. You're not locked out. The heart of the matter, or the heart's deepest prayer, is for you to really feel this pain. That's the only way. She's crying about it. She's sitting in it. She's sitting in the pain. That's the heart of the matter. Perhaps this is what's in the unconscious. This is why we're bringing the unconscious to light. This is underneath the unconscious to the light. We're finally putting truth on this, you know? Now, for the earth guidance, for the grounded action that you're required to take, is the Ten of Cups. Now, this is the cups is this emotion, right? And when we have this emotion, this is the max happy, the most happy you could be, the max capacity, the most fulfilled emotionally you can be. And this is not only you, this is your inner child, or not only you, your family. It's like there's happiness all around you, rainbows all around you. And this, we're supposed to love, be loved, sing, spread your joy, your happiness. You know, the Ten of Cups, this is the happy family. And it's as if we're following the stitch or following the line. Now the obstacle is this devil. This devil is offering, this devil sees that you're sad. So he is offering you freedom. Hey, come take this pill, it'll make you happy. Hey, come do this thing, it'll make you happy. This is happiness, the wisdom without the mercy. It's the desire without the vessel, or without the home, without the clothes for it.
Instant gratification.
And this was in that video. The Scorpio season video, that was that in. I'll put that up in the corner. I'll tag that in there. So, this is the obstacle. This is addictions. This is drinking. This is even greed or feelings of jealousy. This is really any kind of material thing to keep you out of your head. And this is control. Strings are attached, and this is the obstacle. There's strings attached. Perhaps we have to cut our cords. Detox. Release. Oh, and I think this is good for detoxing too. Detoxes all the negativity and brings the positive. Now, the outcome, the manifested result is this Two of Swords. And this is a real, like a choice like what to do about this devil. And she can't really see it. Her eyes are closed. You know, she has that blindfold, but she could sure feel him. And she's looking for balance. She's looking for balance. She's having a hard time making this decision. It's like, oh, if I make this decision,
Then I don't feel any pain.
this and this decision,
Then I do feel the pain.
but it's as if with the Two of Swords, it's telling you when you get to this crossroads and we don't know which way to go, it's saying feel your body and use your feelings. Something about this necklace, a charm, a talisman. Maybe that will help you. It's almost as if these like demonic thoughts are like, oh, like take this pill or do this or do that. It's like these thoughts are in your head. This is why it's like, okay, well, we can't think about this logically. We have to use our intuition about this. And the baby steps needed to take right now is this Three of Swords, this heartbreak. Is screaming, crying, the feeling emotions, you know. Maybe we have to break our heart. Maybe we have to break someone else's heart. This is complete sadness, you know. But we're mending it. And we're using the earth to ground this energy. It's like it's pulling our heart out, but we need to stay grounded while dealing with this at the same time. And this is why obsidian will help you. This is why obsidian will help you. Pile number 1. We'll read the Seeds of Manteca and then go to pile number 2. It's also associated with the root chakra. You know, the I am. It looks like we're really, this is why the eagle and the obsidian is like, we have to rise above all this negative, the devil, the heartbreak, the sadness, these changes, and we really have to be in this Ten of Cups energy. Okay. The Seeds of Manteca. Oh, I wanna take you to Bermuda, Jamaica.
Come on, pretty mama. Key Largo, Manteca. Ooh, I wanna
Jamaica. Oh, I wanna take it. Isn't that song? Take it faster or take it slow. That's where we wanna go. We wanna go, come on. So this is seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to light. Manteca is thought to have been a water-based planet containing the most crystal clear waters you could ever imagine, so clear that you could see for miles and miles underwater. The Seeds of Manteca card represents this crystalline clarity of potential and possibility. It's about the ability and choice to see the potential in all people and situations. This could be
come on, pretty mama.
Could be a sign that what you're currently doing has great potential. Mantecans are thought to have been a galactic race who saw the light in everything and everyone. You may have received this card as confirmation that a situation or project has extreme potential and will reach fruition. If it appears in a spread, it's a very positive sign that things are working out for the highest potential of all involved. It's a very uplifting, light-filled card that brings great harmony, contentment, and positive outcomes. According to Carl Jung, that which we do not bring to consciousness appears in our life as fate. When water appears in dreams and art, it often represents the unconscious mind. Pulling this card also means you may be called to bring light to any unconscious patterns of which you're unaware of. Right? That's what we're talking about. Patterns. And that could be this jealousy, this greed, this whatever these unconscious patterns are. And that's the first thing. And that's why we have to feel to be aware of them. Awareness is the first thing to get better. To look at them and see them clearly and consciously so they don't appear in your life as fate. What unconscious patterns or behaviors are ready to be brought to the light of day? The Starseed Soul Inquiry says, how can you see the potential in a situation you're facing? What unconscious patterns are you being called to bring to light? Wow. Beautiful reading. Pile number 1. Pile number 1, I think we named this Rising Above, or what do we name this? The Lone Spirit. The Lone Spirit. And this is why. It's like you're never alone. We're never really alone. This is all this consciousness. All right, thank you, pile number 1, for letting me read for you. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button if you resonate, and don't hesitate to leave me a comment if you like. Thank you. All right, pile number 2. Pile number 2. You received fall into my arms, surrender, holding the opposites, extremes of life. So you pick the compass, northwest, east, south. It says always follow the direction of your heart. And this is what this tiger's eye does. It gives you, it lets you see this potential, balance and harmony and everything. This is the warrior's power. Warrior put this stone on in battle. Same with the obsidian, I think. But this tiger's eye is also connected to the solar plexus and the sacral chakras. So this has a lot to do with your self-confidence, your courage, how you think of yourself. It takes away negative emotions. Like, it helps protect against the evil eye. Or evil spirits or anybody with ill intent. The tiger's eye went from Egypt to Rome, and that's where the warriors wore this for balance and harmony and courage in the war. And it's cool. Tiger's eye, it's cool because it goes through this process called pseudomorphosis. Okay, so this pseudomorphosis is a process that it goes through from quartz, that the quartz crystals replace the chrysolite fibers over millions of years, making that shiny, how tiger has that shiny
Chatoyancy.
That's what happens to it. So, if you resonated with this compass, maybe you are, following the direction of your heart, or this is a sign for you to follow the direction of your heart. You may also be, when people use a compass, we're trying to figure out which way to go. Where do we go? Where do we go from here? And this might be a question. And this is the raw truth for you, pile number 2. Fall into my arms, surrender, holding opposite extremes of life. This is taking the good and the bad. The both extremes. And surrendering. Let's see. Switch from heaven and the bigger picture and the heart of the matter. First guidance. Action required. The obstacle. The outcome. And the baby step needed to take right now. All right. We have a reading. How can we have more than one card? Did 2 cards fall out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, these 2 must have fell out together as the outcome. All right, we'll
Take them both.
All right. So the bigger perspective, the bigger
Picture. Heaven's messages.
is in the deep subconscious, and you have the 8 of Pentacles. Now this is the work card. If you see, she's getting real creative, working on the details, working really hard. This is working a long time. I see butterflies, so this is working at this transformation. Now this is the bigger picture. Perhaps we are working very hard on the direction we're going.
And creatively, because she is painting.
Now the world in reverse as the heart of the matter. This is this heart's deepest prayer, and perhaps this is this separation from the world or annihilation, the world in reverse. The world is endings when we come to an end, and when it's in reverse, it's like we're closing up the end of the cycle. But perhaps we have to go back for something to figure it out. This could also be your world upside down. Staying home, working around the world, or working from home. Like working around the world from home. The rawest truth. The rawest truth. So, the earth guidance here, the action that we need to be taking, you have the 7 of Wands in reverse. This is this surrendering. Surrender. We're letting go. We're surrendering to the powers of Mother Earth, Mother Nature, of our family, of the spirit. You know, we're really surrendering because the obstacle is accepting this help. It's like you don't want to accept this gift from the spirit. Because with the 4 of Cups in reverse and the obstacle, this is your obstacle. This is the problem. This is the shadows. This is what stands in your way. It's almost as if you're being offered shade. Someone's trying to put shade on your sun. See, someone's trying to put shade on your sun. This is the obstacle. And the outcome, the manifested outcome, is the Devil in reverse and the King of Swords. So this is this justice. We finally see the truth. We cut through this devil. We cut this devil off. We made a decision. We cut off something, made a decision that best suits everyone involved. And this has something to do with letting go of this devil. The devil is in reverse. So this is truth. We're breaking the chains. We're breaking the chains and seeing justice. We might even, this might be saying, hey, you know, we have to use our logical mind here and look at all the clues to find this truth. And this is how we get to this truth, you know, being this King of Swords. We're getting to the bottom, this cutting through all the bullshit and the lies to get to the truth. Now, what we have to do, the baby step needed right here, is this 2 of Cups, this collaboration, this coming together. And if you see they're one body and 2 heads, perhaps this is you and you know, your higher self and your egoic self. Perhaps this is you and someone else coming into a union. You know, usually with 2, it's one and somebody else. And this could be you and, like I said, you and you. But this also could be a new relationship, a new love. This could be saying to put it all together, to put the negative and the positive together. This is why we're holding the opposites, both extremes. With this 2 is saying, hey, let's hold both of these extremes. It can go to either extreme. Let's see, fall into my arms. Let's read this surrender card. The Great Mother ushered you in when you took your first breath, and she'll be there when you draw your last. She knows how challenging life can be, that being human can be lonely and confusing, that the polarity and separation can be excruciating when soul remembers oneness of source. But at the same time, it can be incredibly glorious and sweet. So often we see things as either good or bad. When things go, we'll make it mean that we're being rewarded, and when things are bad, then perhaps we've done something wrong. However, when we're all here to expand and grow, and it's through the extremes of life that we do exactly that. You're being invited to welcome the heights and the lows of the human experience, to let them initiate you more fully into life. The agony and the ecstasy, the beauty and the bitterness. Life is but a single breath in the inextinguishable existence of your experience as a soul. The Great Mother wants you to hand over your loneliness, worries, hurt, and sorrow, your fears, burdens, and doubts, to lay them on her altar, to fall fully into her arms, to remember that while these extremes are difficult, they can also be magnificent. The more widely the pendulum of your life swings, the more truthfully you can say, I've truly lived. The starseed activation for this is to place the card, or you can place your hand on your heart and whisper the following. I am ready to embrace the extremes of my life. Oh, we're supposed to whisper. I am ready to embrace the extremes of my life. I lay all that I am carrying into the Great Mother's altar and fall completely into her arms. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So it's as if we're working on this transformation on where to go, and it's as if Mother Earth has a lot to do with this. You see she's in the grass on her knees. Perhaps this will, the Earth, this is how the compass works. There's a crystal in it called magnetite. Actually, this is magnetite.
On my pinky finger.
And this magnetite is attracted to all metals. And, the North Pole, the Earth has its own magnetic pull. So that iron connects and always points north. So you can always find your way. It's as if when you lean on the Earth, when you lean on Mother Nature and surrender, she'll show you the way. Because in the bigger picture, we're focusing on the details. The heart's deepest prayer is for you to come back into this. You don't want it to end, maybe you're holding on to something. Okay, so the world reverse
could be
you repeating all of these lessons, or this lesson you keep repeating over and over again. And perhaps this is it, the obstacle you can't
never
it's
could.
Like you don't want to accept help from the spirit or others, putting shade on your parade, raining on your parade, putting shade on your sun. You don't want it when it's here, you have your back toward it, but here it's as if you want it, but this is the obstacle. Perhaps you don't believe it. But it's as if it's like you're not celebrating yourself. We have to celebrate yourself for even all the bad. It's like we have to put the good and the bad, and we have to celebrate and look at the silver lining of the bad too. This is also what pile number 1 was talking about. Which way to go. We want to go towards learning this lesson. Perhaps it has to do with the beginning of love, or both extremes, the surrender, letting go. And the King of Pentacles is here in reverse. But the Temperance in reverse, I seen. So it's as if we do have to release this, let go. We have to let go. Pile number 2. Let go to find our way. It's as if when we let go, we will find our way. It's like feel the earth and let the earth take us in the direction that our heart's meant to follow.
Follow your heart.
And that is the raw truth for pile number 2. As if we're pairing up for battle. For some reason I want to pick my new card, but we're not going to do that. Alright. Pile number 3. Card number 3 with the badass tarot, the red jasper, and the blue diamond flower. Oh shit. Oh my god. So the red jasper. Red jasper, I know, is also good for protecting yourself. If you have a store, if you have a car, if you have something you don't want to be stolen, to put this there, it protects from thieves or from people from taking your shit. It's really associated with a lot of emotional pain, trauma, sexual trauma from past traumas. It helps us with self-control, and it's very good for emotional release. So yeah, it helps us with forbearance and this transmuting this with the root chakra, this red jasper, working through and releasing this emotional and heals trauma from the pain due to this past trauma, sexual trauma, emotional trauma, whatever kind of trauma. Now, when we see the flower also has a lot to do with sex. This is a very sexual reading.
Lone Spirit, pile number 1.
Pile number 2 was called Leading the Way. And pile number 3
Just Let Me Be. Shameless.
Okay, so the flower has a lot to do with Venus, and when we think of the flower, it reminds me of, beauty and the mother and Mother Nature. Also Aphrodite. Aphrodite is the goddess of love in Greek mythology. And this really went with the root chakra and the jasper and this empathic starseed, energetic sovereignty, observing what's not yours. This is your oracle card. Now, diamonds are compressed after a long time of being pressurized. But you have that in the middle. A long time of, a lot of weight on you, a lot of hard times. And it's like beauty comes out of all these hard times. The flower also is represented by the vagina, Aphrodite, menopause, anything sexual, the period, fertility, pregnancy, menopause, anything having to do with this sex. And Aphrodite, she was married to Hephaestus, the god of fire and metalworking, craftsmanship, stuff like this. Now, Aphrodite is this lack of sexual innocence. It's like this guilt of this innocence. She was always unfaithful to her husband. Like she had all these kids and none of them were to her husband. That's how Adonis was born. She had a baby with Aries, she had a baby with all these, but not with her husband. So this is a lot having to do, even the flower is representative of the vagina, because like the flower, the vagina is surrounded by 5 muscles that, open up to this creation. It's like the womb. And it also in India, it's Padmini or Padman, and this was a sacred place that was portrayed as the womb, and it also is like Padmini, which is like erotic literature in India. So it's real sexual energy. So this is the raw truth about this. Empathetic starseed. So our spread goes like this. Heaven and earth. Or was that both from heaven? They were together. Earth, the heart's deepest prayer, the heart of the matter. Yeah, earth, the guidance, what to do. The obstacles, whatever's standing in your way. The outcome, the manifested outcome, which you have full control over. And this is the baby step that you need to take. So here we are. So the bigger picture, what this is all about is this. You have the 9 of Wands in reverse, the Wounded Warrior, and the 5 of Cups in reverse. Now he's giving the finger like fuck off. But in reverse, it's almost as if, we're being nice. She's saying bye bitch, but in reverse she's saying hey honey. You know what I'm saying? We're no longer being standoffish. We're no longer the victim. We're saying bye to this like victim mentality, this wounded warrior. We're saying bye to it. We are not a victim.
Hello to the healing.
The heart of the matter is we are the creator of our own world. The King of Wands is the master manifester. And this is saying like that the art of not trying, like you don't even have to do anything. You could just sit here and your meditation can be the vessel, and this wisdom, it shines this, you get what you want. It's almost as if you're very attractive. You're attractive. You're the King of Wands is very very good looking, very attractive, very sexual. Very sexual. And it's got a sex appeal. He's got a sex appeal. Even though this man don't look it, it's the sex appeal, the energy. Now, the earth guidance on what to do, and this is in the deep subconscious. You have the Page of Swords in reverse. It's as if we have to get a new look, get off of Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, get away from our phones. It's as if this is like what we're looking at online. It reminds me of like, oh, we have a problem, so our head hurts, so we search Google, and we come up with all these Google things like, oh, we have cancer, brain tumors, and this is like the worst of the worst. Maybe eating healthy. I just see these two very big men. So maybe eating healthy, or maybe this big man has something to do with this. But then again, this is the obstacle here. In this position, this Eight of Swords is the obstacle. It's as if this victim mentality, this whatever this is, got you in your head, and it's a trap. It's a trap. You can really be happy. It's just in your head. Perhaps it's like what you take in and what you take in from the internet, and this is what's blocking you. Now, the outcome, you've got 3 cards. The Nine of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands in reverse, and you know what to do. No description, but you don't know what to do because it's in reverse. With this Nine of Pentacles and this Ace of Wands, it's almost like the outcome is to be by yourself, to be in this Nine of Pentacles energy. With all these nines, we're coming to the end of this situation. And with this Nine of Pentacles, she is making, I hear, lemonade out of the lemons. It's like you get served all this bad shit, but you're making something good out of it. You got served a shitty hand, but you
hit the jackpot.
You yourself made something out of yourself from where you come from. Boundaries by cutting off people, by not crossing that line. With this Ace of Wands, it's like, hold on with these new loves. It's telling you, be by yourself. Don't get into this new relationship. Have self-control. Have self-respect. The Nine of Pentacles, has a lot of self-dignity, self-respect, pride. You know what I mean? All these things. She's very secure. She doesn't need a man. She doesn't need nobody's help. And with this Ace of Wands in reverse, it's telling you, yeah, let's not get into any other sexual thing. Let's stay with ourselves. And now you know what to do. And for the last outcome, you have the Knight of Wands in reverse. Awesome. With the Knight of Wands, he's this player. He goes from person to person to person. With the Knight of Wands in reverse, it's like, oh, I'm settling down. But he's settling down looking at this Nine of Pentacles. He's settling down with himself. He's building this self-love, this self-respect. He's building this from the ground up. And it's as if this is what you're building for yourself. Maybe we're exercising too. This is like outer worldly. So yeah, maybe we did have some kind of trauma, sexual trauma happen to us. And we are releasing this because you're absorbing what's not yours. It's all this sexual energy. It's like infidelity. It's almost like you hold these emotions of guilt and it turns into shame. And this is what this red Jasper is good for releasing all of these things that no longer serve you. Now the empathetic starseed, empathic starseed is this energetic sovereignty absorbing what is not yours. Empathetic starseeds are here to shift the world through their physical presence alone. They don't need to do anything beyond being here, thanks to the energetic change their physical presence causes. And that's this King of Wands. That's this King of Wands here in this energy. He don't have to do anything. He's just sitting there and the shit just comes to him. He attracts with his energy. Due to their highly sensitive nature, empathic starseeds can struggle with being on Earth and in a physical body. Many are prone to addiction and depression or tend to mistake other people's feelings and moods for their own. That's this absorbing what's not yours. Natural introverts, they tend to prefer spending time alone or in small groups. Crowds can be overwhelming for them. If this card appears, consider lightening the load energetically. Don't put yourself under such pressure to go out into the world. Be gentle with yourself. Allow extra time and care to recover energetically. If you're feeling pressured to keep up a certain pace, instead, put on the brakes and treat yourself like a precious baby. Do whatever you can to take the pressures off the world off your plate. Switch off to switch back on. In today's world, it's normal to feel that we should be doing more, but perhaps being present in our life is enough. This could be a phase you're going through or simply how you're being called to live your life. If your work involves giving to others, right now you're being called to keep something for yourself. You don't need to transmute it all. It's okay to look after your own growth and healing before feeling you should offer it to the world. Indeed, it's necessary if you want to continue to do so sustainably. The Starseed's soul inquiry is, how can you take better care of yourself energetically? Wow, and that is the raw truth, pile number 3. I hope this was helpful. And yeah, thank you for being here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like if you resonate. And yeah, comment, let me know how it resonated, how you resonated with this reading, 1, 2, or 3. Thank you so very much. Love you.